Hello everyone, it's Alina. Welcome to my Soap General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers recap for Monday, February 19, shows that Carly Spencer showed over at Dex Heller's apartment looking for him and found Josslyn Jax instead. Josslyn admitted Dex was gone and recounted what went down with Sonny Corinthos. Although Josslyn doubted if she could even trust Sonny's assertions about Dex being alive, Carly felt that she could and that Sonny let him live for Joss. Despite Josslyn's rage, Carly showed some loyalty to Sonny and said she never quit on him, even when he messed up. After Josslyn requested Carly's aid finding Dex, Carly pushed her daughter to contemplate what might happen if she found him. Carly acted like maybe it was a good thing now that Dex was free, but Josslyn refused to allow Sonny come between them. Josslyn insisted she'd find Dex herself if she had to, and if he wouldn't return home, then they'd just start new somewhere else. At the Quartermaine home, Tracy Quartermaine complained over there not being a guest section on her wedding invitation and viewed it as a personal affront over her ability to get a date. Once Lois Cirillo and Brooke Lynn Quartermaine verified it was a misprint, they went fishing to find out who Tracy intended to invite as her +1. Although Tracy appeared like she was alright with flying solo, Brooke Lynn secretly expressed concern to Lois about Tracy being lonely since Luke Spencer died away. At GH, Marshall Ashford was distracted and initially didn't hear Stella Henry screaming for him when he came off the elevator. Marshall shared updates on some positive news following his session with his psychiatrist, who had been weaning him off his meds and backed up the schizophrenia misdiagnosis since there'd been no additional episodes. That still left Marshall wondering about what actually caused his symptoms all those years ago, but he thought maybe he'd simply have to live with the uncertainty. Once Stella was alone, she got on the phone to beg a favor. In Alexis Davis' office, Valentin Cassadine stunned her as well as Gregory Chase by disclosing that he purchased the Invader. Alexis flipped out and thought she'd just quit since she assumed there'd be all sorts of changes, but Valentin tried to put her mind at ease. That said, Valentin needed someone with publishing experience now that Sean Butler was out of the picture. Nina Corinthos entered and acted happy to be pitching in, but Alexis was apprehensive and inquired why Nina got fired from her last job. That led to Nina insisting Drew Kane wanted Carly to take over Crimson as part of his personal vendetta. Although Nina had never led a daily paper before, she thought her publishing experience would be advantageous, and eventually shook hands with Alexis on the new arrangement. Gregory quietly fretted about the chance Alexis was taking by working with Nina and Valentin, but Alexis couldn't quit the Invader since she wanted to know what they were up to. Despite Nina's assurances that Alexis was doing a fantastic job, she secretly indicated to Valentin about focusing on the stories that readers were interested in, like ones concerning Carly and Drew. At home, Curtis Ashford could see that Trina Robinson wasn't letting him in when it came to Rapine, so he offered her a little shove to open up. Trina finally did confess about how she didn't care about so many things that previously appeared significant. It was tough for Trina to picture going back to college, but Curtis offered she didn't have to. Trina was unable to picture being happy again and feared all she'd have left of Spencer Cassadine one day was the turtledove figurine. Curtis persuaded Trina to open up about the tale behind the turtledoves, which seemed to assist her. General Hospital spoilers suggest Trina will keep attempting to confront this painful loss, but there's light at the end of the tunnel since Spencer's heading back down the road. Marshall can't believe he never once questioned his diagnosis. She says nobody did back then, and doctors were like gods. Marshall questions if what occurred to him wasn't schizophrenia, then what was it, and what if it happens again? Stella thinks what happened back then was a mystery, and people seek to solve mysteries. Marshall doesn't think it's fair he spends little time he has left hunting for answers. Marshall recognizes he may have to live with not knowing what was wrong with him, but he's been feeling better than he has in years. The weight of his diagnosis is gone, and he has to focus on today and the future. Marshall compliments Stella for listening to him, and she says it's what she does. He gives her a peck on the cheek, thanks her, and takes off. Stella then phones Felicia up for a favor. At the Invader, Gregory and Alexis pore over their latest digital issue with Olivia's murder on the front page. Valentin appears and congratulates them on their new piece on Olivia. Alexis asks why he dropped by. He guesses Sean hasn't talked to her yet. She noticed an email from him but didn't read it yet. Valentin confesses he bought The Invader. Alexis argues he has to be joking, as he's never exhibited any interest in publishing. He says she stepped out of law and has succeeded in the field, and he offered Sean a very significant offer to help him with his foundation's objective of exposing injustice. Alexis says if he's come to take away her editorial authority and convert this into a money-making rag, then she leaves. Valentin says he wants to make money, but she's been doing a wonderful job, and he doesn't see a reason to change things. Alexis says normally new owners want to tamper with stuff. Valentin says The Invader is her kid, and he won't meddle with that. However, with Sean gone, she will need a publisher with experience. Alexis asks if he has someone in mind. Suddenly Nina arrives and hopes she's not late. Alexis presents Nina to Gregory, and Nina assures Alexis that she did not accept Valentin's offer to take over. She was as startled as everyone when Valentin told her of his idea, and she grew delighted. She is impressed with how Alexis has turned this paper around and wants to help her hone her vision. Alexis argues because she'll be following directions from Nina. Why was she dismissed from her last job? Nina says she keeps her personal and work life apart, but Drew doesn't, and he fired her to put Carly in charge to get back at her. Nina hasn't ran a daily paper, but she knows how the publishing industry works and is prepared to make this work. Alexis shakes Nina's hand and Valentin is happy. Valentin and Nina head off, and Alexis tells Gregory to go ahead and express what he's thinking. Gregory understands she's taking a risk. Alexis is but won't leave The Invader until she understands what Nina and Valentin are up to. In the hall, Nana tells Valentin she won't meddle with Alexis' work. However, she believes The Invader can use a little sexing up, and could focus a little more on the storylines readers are interested in, such as Carly and Drew. Trina arrives home and puts on a brave face for Curtis. He says he doesn't have to hide from him what she's experiencing. She says she's not hiding and is okay. He adds if there is a moment she isn't fine, she doesn't have to pretend she is. Trina observes people always ask if you are okay, and you tell them you are so as to not tell them the truth and make them uncomfortable. Curtis understands, but that isn't how it goes here or with him. Trina knows, but she is hesitant to let what she's feeling come out. She worries if she does, she'll fall apart and never be able to put herself back together again. Curtis thinks her anger and hurt can't be contained forever, and it will turn toxic in time. All that toxic anguish will penetrate to her heart and make it tougher, and the light inside her will wane. Trina doesn't know what to do with what she's experiencing. He says to share it and let it out. He had to learn to do it, it devastated him, but his family put him back together. She falls into his arms and he vows they'll catch her every time she falls. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please click like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.